Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm Malicious Female Fan Steve-alicious here with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, my longer-term review. If you've been here a minute, you understand how we do these videos. Not going to be that spec-intensive, especially now, 2 months later. But we're going to talk about some of the concerns that people have been having and some of the issues and whether I've had those experiences as well. The long-term review of the S21 Ultra today on this edition of Steve-alicious Tech. And we're back as always. Thank you so much to all of the new subscribers, pushing up close to 3,300. If you love it, all the tech videos, we got new and old, we have something for everybody. Go ahead and tussle that subscribe button. It certainly means a lot to me. So there's a few things I want to talk about with the S21 Ultra, because I'll tell you right off the top, for my money, this is the best Android phone you're going to get. When we talk about glass slabs and their evolution, this is the apex predator. This is the one that we've been wanting for a while in terms of pretty much getting everything that you could imagine on a wish list in an Android device. I've seen a lot of talk from a lot of different places about concerns and issues with the battery, and I can't be one of those people that talks about it. I can't. For a year now, I killed him with the S20. I killed him with the Note 20 for not giving us the ability to run it at max settings 100% of the time. And you had to figure that they knew this in the back of their minds. They're thinking, wait, hold on. If we go ahead and do this and give them max everything, it's going to kill the battery life. So they held off on it for a while. But I was the one out here saying, treat us like an adult. If I want to do that to my battery, if I want to run at max settings all day, at least give me the option. Put warnings in, say, hey, it's not recommended for optimal battery life, whatever you got to do, but give me the option to do it. Because otherwise, what's the point of having this? So I can't turn around when I go ahead and purposely Chernobyl my battery and complain about it. Because they did exactly what I would have wanted them to do. Give me the option to run everything at full settings, max settings all the time. And if you watch, listen, I run it max brightness, max resolution, max refresh rate, 100% of the time. Max brightness on the always-on display. If you're a Flossy fan, if you've watched enough of his videos, you know what status he calls that. All right, that's, D-bag status. You know what he calls it. So that's what I do. But that's my option. That's what I want to do. And let's be clear about what we're talking about. Even doing all of that, I'm looking at 5 hours screen on time. 5 hours. So if you're somebody that's concerned about more than 5 hours and it's mission critical for you, perhaps you can consider another device or run it Quad HD at 60 frames, run it 1080p at 120 frames, run it at 70% brightness, play a little less Pokemon Go that day because it kills battery, clean out your do things that save battery and you'll be okay. You'll get 6 and 7 hours. So, and don't think that Samsung lives in a vacuum as far as Android 11 is concerned. Google Pixel devices had problems with battery life on Android 11. Nokia and Motorola held back their releases of Android 11. I still don't have it on the 5.3, the Nokia. And I got to assume that it's either performance or because it kills battery life. If you have a Pixel 2 XL, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Android 11 fried your battery. It's useless. So you can imagine that manufacturers are struggling. Will they figure it out with software? You got to hope so. You got to figure a 5,000 milliamp hour battery would be good enough if they can get things sorted out. And you're going to want to run things at max settings because I'm going to tell you now, this is one of the best displays you're going to look at on a phone. Period ended. Samsung has always been top of the food chain with their displays, and this phone is no different. And it's hard to describe, but other device manufacturers have problems with this, and Apple certainly does. It feels like you're touching the content. It feels like that what's on the display is actually above the glass, as opposed to underneath the glass, which is a really nice experience, and it just has everything pop. The colors are great. Everything is fantastic. It's a device you're going to want to look at. And when you're dealing with a phone, I know we'd like to talk about all this other stuff. I'm going to be getting to some of that stuff in a moment. But when we're talking about a phone, the first thing you got to talk about is the display nice to look at? The thing that you're going to be dealing with 100% of the time that you use the device. And the answer on this one is yes. It is excellent. It's absolutely worth the money at $1,000. Design to me is still the nicest looking phone I've seen in a while. That's subjective. I love what they did with the camera hump. I love the frosted silver on the back. Just a fantastic design. The S10 blew me away at the time. This one has done the same. You're certainly not losing out there. Subjective, but I think as far as looks are concerned, if that's important, it does the job. Let's talk about the OnePlus 9 Pro. We're going to be getting the OnePlus 9 for the channel next week, okay? So there's going to be an unboxing of that. But this is where it gets a little confusing. If you're in the $1,000 price range, then that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the S21 Ultra versus the OnePlus 9 Pro at $1,000. And I got to think that if you're at the $1,000 price point, if you're ignoring all these other phones that could get you similar specs and similar performance for $600, $700, $800, then I got to think the differentiating factor for you is the camera. And if that's the case, then I believe you have to go S21 Ultra. Purely for this. Let's say the Hasselblad stuff is the best stuff in the world. And the colors are excellent. I saw the comparison videos. They looked okay. You know, they looked at least comparable, similar. But let's say it's equal to the image quality you're going to get from your S21 Ultra. Well, if it's equal, then to me, the S21 Ultra wins. Because of the versatility of the camera system. You're getting the periscope zoom. You're getting the 10x lossless zoom. You're getting some other things you could work with. Yeah, the ultra-wide sensor isn't going to be as big as that. If you've been here long enough, you know how much it pains me to talk about this camera stuff. I don't think it matters. But I got to tell you this. It may not matter in price to performance and the stuff that we're usually talking about. But like I said, if you're spending an extra $200 to be in this price range, I got to think that matters to you. And if in that case, I would be going with the S21 Ultra. I think it's going to be the best camera system, the best overall experience, the best build quality you can get at that price range. And don't forget about the deals. Because if you have a Samsung device with a Pulse, you will get hundreds of dollars off this device. I got, what was it? I think I paid $10. I paid $400 for this thing. Okay? $1,200 list price, $400. They gave me $800 for a Samsung S10e. And they would have given me $200 or $300 for an S7 in working condition, S7. And just for comparison, I went on the OnePlus website and put that in as a trade to see what they'd give me. And for the S7, they'd give me $10. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.